the game just crashed and I'm gonna be annoyed. No, it didn't. Huh, the loading takes a lot longer than expected. When you...
まだ早いし、どこかへ行こうか。
Smart and I. Not quite. Okay, here we go. What's the development? Hey, don't be so crestfallen. Look, there's food and drink, there's the Sleepless Owl for tea, and there's Star Watcher Avenue for shopping. So, where do you want to go? You can go wherever. You call the shots. What do you want to do? Another comedy duo who does crosstalk. But I'm up for tea. Let's go for tea. I think a cup of Immortals Delight tea would be good. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Is there anything you'd like to drink? I'm your server today. You sit here and enjoy the tea, and I'll slip out to get some snacks. Thank you, that's very generous, but I don't want any tea or snacks. I can see you have a lot on your mind and I don't want to pressure you. Please take a seat and call me whatever you need. Anyway, let's get a cup of Immortals Delight. I want to drink some too, but if we only let watch us to drink, we'll be putting the cart before the horse, wouldn't it? How about to go also for a walk? I want to see Seijaku starting through the space. Let's go, we'll go look at some starscapes then. We'll go to the bridge and watch from there. No tea, fine. Maybe he's gonna get inspired. I expect as much. Seijaku should be a familiar sight for Seijaku citizens. I crisscross the skies on skips every day, watching the building on either side rush by just like they have for 100 years. Oh, there you go, that's one close one. Lots of Seijaku people are just like me, who never really thought about the cleverness and technological advancements behind the starscape. We just took it for granted and thoughtlessly enjoyed its convenience. Good design is practical, and the more practical it is, the harder it is to appreciate, is what my master always said. He's loved Starscape dearly his whole life and hoped to build an even better model. I should have been a Starscape designer myself, but my grades were too low, and before I could even finish studying, my master passed away, and now I can't even protect the manuscript that he's left behind. Well, you seem really close. No, Master Aridan was always so nice to me, but my level of technicality never good enough to be his apprentice. I lacked the talent and was too lazy, but he still never cast me aside. All I felt was powerless and regret when confronting the great genius of his work after his passing. I hated that I wasted my apprenticeship not knowing how to carry out my master's final designs. Sigh. One had 20 years of apprenticeship between us, and it's all gone so fast. So your master wasn't actually from Seijaku? Yes, but since I got to know him, he's never left the Laofu. He was more local to than the locals. He used to joke with me that if it weren't for me, he would have gone and joined the IPC. Hang on, he might have been joking around with you. We found an IPC designer invite. They have the invite? Let's show it to him. Designer invite? Hand over the invite. An invitation for joining the Inter-Astral Peace Corporation as a designer. Enthusiastic, cordial, with an astonishing salary offer. Congratulations, designer Ryan. Warmly invited to join the IP's technology department. Ryan Master Ron, so this indeed was my master's name, and this date was the very same day 120 ago when he took me on as his disciple. He chose me and stayed at the Artisanship Commission. He gave me the Interstellar Peace. He gave up the Interastral Peace Corporation. We're both confused here. Could you please tell us the story between you and Master Ryan? But a not natural story to this might take a while. That's cool. Go over the details. So, the Artisanship Commission has never turned away any student from outside of the Xianzhou. They are full of energy and ideas and are always looking to learn knowledge and skills from the Xianzhou, and Master Ryan was one of those outworlders. I think he was originally a materials researcher. After coming aboard the Lafu to study, he was granted the status of craftsman, which is proof of accreditation for foreign students. Usually the short-lived species leave after graduation, returning to the homeworld for finding other work. Because they soon realize that their enthusiasm and talent pale in comparison to what long-lived species have seen. This is a gulf of time that very few short-lived species can bridge. Most people can only sigh at this barrier. Plus, the long-lived craftsmen often look down on the short-lived outworlders with an arrogant attitude that cuts deeper than the gulf of time. It's no wonder my master wanted to leave at first. At the time I was also struggling with my dwindling career. I studied Starsky manufacturing but didn't have any crack for it. Lots of masters told me to stop and that there was no point in staying at the Artisanship Commission. I'm not sure why, but Master Ryan decided to take me on as an apprentice. Just as I was falling to the rock bottom, he reached out and gave me the strength to keep going. So, two people who planned on leaving ended up staying. That's what you could call fate, right? I just needed one person to tell me, I'll take you on as an apprentice, but my master, he could have left and be a top designer at the IPC, but he stayed behind. Instead, why? Yeah, I think because he could see himself in you. Been through hard times, and seeing you isolated and alone reminded him of being a short-lived species at the Artisanship Commission. This feeling is not the same as sympathy. Deep in his heart, helping you is like helping his past version of himself. You were his apprentice and his best friend. I never put this much thought to it. I just remember that my master was willing to teach and I was willing to learn. Looking back, all those years were filled with happy memories, but time passed so fast. Before I realized what was happening, his hair was already grey. One ordinary afternoon he said he was a little tired and wanted to rest, but he fell down at his work table and then woke up again. Time isn't fair to everyone. His time has ended, yet here I am wasting away my mediocre days. That's how things usually end when a long species makes friends with short-lived species. I owe my master so much. I'm lazy by nature and always put things off. I could have graduated earlier. I wouldn't be left here without my regrets like I am now. Well, then you definitely shouldn't be given up. Take this damaged manuscript as the final exam paper left behind by your master. If you can complete your master's Starscape design, then that means you can graduate. Complete the damaged manuscript, can I really do it? No, this is the last possible thing I can do for my master. I have to do it, I'm definitely going to do this. That's right, if there's anything we can do to help, just say the word. But if everything's all good now, then... Okay, I want to see the whole manufacturing chain for Starscape. Can you take me to see it? How about you? Well, if you're gonna help someone, you're gonna go through it, right? And you two get along well, and I'm not familiar with Sagisno Valley. How about I head back first? No, you come with us! That seems to be above my pay grade. Fine, I'll come along. Sigh. That's great, this cannot wait. So let's get going to the Stargaze Navalia. Man, this quest is going longer than expected. And I'm clearly too tired to actually be reading about it. It annoys me at this point to just keep on reading, but yeah, I'm doing this for various reasons. Some for the people who may watch it, some for myself, but regardless. I have an achievement again for the Eager for Battle. Inflict quantum weakness break 100 times. Regardless. What am I doing, by the way, on time? Just double checking. I don't know. I'm still can go for about like an hour, maybe two, maybe an hour and a half. Before my organism, I assume, is going to just shut down on itself. Regardless, fine. Let's go to the stars. Let's give Stargazer Navalia. Yeah, when the moment arrives that they can actually read properly, which happens often, but right now my tongue seems to dry up. The day to celebrate. Regardless, here we go. Getting your own designs onto the assembly lines of Stargazer Navalia is the dream of all craftsmen in Jiangsu. And yeah, I'm even starting to like to read Jiangsu in the different manners, I think. Master Ryan mentioned countless times how he helped optimize an engine here that's been mass-produced here and sold all over the place. However, that engine became obsolete over the past century and has fallen to the annals of history. But he always used to say good designs should be timeless. So, just tell me straight, how can we help you? First up, there's monsters causing trouble around Stargazer Navalia, so I need your protection. Next, I need some visual data in Stargazer Navalia to complement its manuscript. In other words, some visiographs, right? There are many steps in the Starscream manufacturing process and each one is important. So, has it started to get motivated? I'm motivated. Virgil style. I want to go through the process of Starscream manufacturing chain. I have a hunch that I can recreate the motivation to create once more. Sate to, ikuzo! Okay, fair enough. Locate a growing Starscream germination phase. I don't have to worry about like... This one seems weak-ish. Yeah, those birds are weak.
うちの出番ほら
自分の意志で結末にたどり着いてみせる
This giant water tank holds seeds. It's not a water tank but a Starscream incubator. It's filled with a culture medium that supports the Starscream seed during the germination phase and can ensure the biological material growth in a nutrition controlled environment. So, Starscream are being grown? Like bleeding trees? That's Interesting. It's the first time I've heard about this. Got any questions here? Hell yeah! Stuff Starskiff seeds. As the name suggests, it's a seed that can grow into a starskiff, but it's not a seed that grows into a plant-like structure. It incorporates moldable metals, biological materials, jade, abakai, and more. All of the growth data for a starskiff is stored inside its seed. In other words, these seeds come with their own design manuscripts, and each seed grows step by step based on the design plan. In the absence of any external stimulus and with the sufficient nutrition a starskiff needs will grow into a keel in one go. The culture medium. What was that? Generally speaking, the ratio of catalyzers in the cultural medium is fixed. However, it can be adjusted based on the design of the ship. Depending on the composition ratio, the strength and growth speed of the hull will vary. So there are craftsmen from the Artisanship Commission who specialize in researching the ratio needed for the structure medium during the germination phase, so as to make the ship lighter, more durable and safer. There are many cylindrical culture medium injectors at various phases along the starskiff assembly line to make fine-tuned adjustments into it as it grows. And the germination phase. There are four main stages in the growth of a starskiff: the germination phase, the embryonic phase, the nutritive phase, and the forming phase. What you're seeing right now is the germination phase. During this phase, materials such as fallow earth and ligneous free roamers inside the starskiff seed will form the earliest signs of seed, germ, and embryo. So are they alive? If anything goes wrong during the growth process, we need to clear out the failed starskiff seed and this yawn destroy the biological matter in the metal frame. Starskiff grow out of seeds? Question mark. That's what made me most curious too. Every day I'll be catching one of these starskiffs without knowing that it's actually been grown from a seed. You must have heard of the legend of the ambrosial arbor, right? That's what brought about the technological revolution in Xianzhou. Especially the alchemy commissions, they had altered miraculous technology. But after Rainbow severed the ambrosial arbor, most of the tech was lost. However, the starskiff growing technology was retained. Help me take a photo of this incubator and we can check out the embryonic phase. Ah, bloody hell. Wrong button. Yep, I'm not even saving that. Hold on, because I've been taking savage initiative. So you wanna fight now, do you? Let's fight. Ah, trot! Annoying punk. I despise those. Because they always strike first and they strike everyone. Regardless. I want the shield? No. Broken. I don't actually care about it. Yeah. I screwed up.
少ね。殴ったね。
俺が守る。大地を割れ。
逃がさない。いや。
And he's off. Nicely timed though. He ran away after everybody else was dead.
もう誰にも止められないよ。
I don't care. Wait, where was that? Here, okay, fine, whatever, teleport. I only want to fight so many. Where is that? Okay. It's like I can already see the form of a starskiff taking shape. They really do grow out of seeds into a ship. Even though I've read about it 1,000 times, I still feel a sense of the incredible in the face of such wonder. The embryonic phase is the most important stage shaping the starskiff. If you don't regulate the temperature and culture medium properly, or if it doesn't, if the design data has any errors, then the starskiff seed will fail to grow as designed. I am still questioning like the whole method of doing this. How do you impose a design on the starskiff seed? Magic. It's magic. Well, why do I even ask? I say during this phase there is still a possibility of chucking out a failed seed. That's right, some fast-growing anomalies can even burst through the incubator, causing the culture medium to leak out. When that happens, the incubator basically just gets trashed. A trash incubator. Despite the confidence in their own design, even our craftsmen have their failures. Check out that incubator over there. Its designer must have miscalculated the self-growth algorithm of Follow Earth. If I want to complete these designs, I need to focus on these growth patterns of starskiffs. Was any serious accident ever happened before? I heard Master Gongshu talk about how Stargazer Navalia was attacked by some elixir seekers before. Rumor has it they got a sample of Ambrosia Arbor and hoped to use some starskiff culture medium to grow a new Ambrosia Arbor of their own. However, they were actually getting the wool pulled over their eyes. It's actually just a bonsai tree from the Alchemy Commission. When they dropped their bonsai cutting into the culture medium, it was like detonating a bomb. In a flash, their hideaway had a massive tree burst through the roof, causing the whole building to collapse. That massive tree spent the next few seconds withering before dying off, and that small twig gained incredible vitality within seconds and then exhausted all life within a few more seconds. It really was a terrifying phenomenon. Like this city is about to be wrapped up. You can actually see the core part of a starskiff that has taken form. For one thing, the starskiff seeds develop a detailed and complex root structure during the subsequent phases, which also acts as the internal jade abacus network aboard the starskiff. For another thing, the toughest biological materials of the exterior will gradually close up so that the starskiff can continue its core internal operations even when it encounters severe impacts. I'm already starting to lose track of everything being said. Yes, so am I. Help me take a photo of the incubator and we can go check out the nutritive phase. Okay. Many details aren't too visible from this angle. Let's move to a shoot from a different angle. How annoying. Interestingly enough, like the
貫け
うちがいるんだから負けないよ。
Wait, what did I give the shield to the guy who already has a shield? I don't know, I'm an idiot.
程度か
Also, I'm
逃がさない。
tired. And I'm gonna be using the excuse as far as I can.
アプリでしょ。
Stop it!
殴ったね。 戦局は敗勢と同じ。キーらない。お注射の時間よ。重傷ね。
攻撃のチャンスだ
Explode already.
うちに出くわすなんてついてないね。動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。
Shields and more shields.
アプリでしょ。逃がさない。
Annoyed.
程度か
殴ったね。考えても無駄。言うことを聞かないのは悪い子よ。眠るといいわ。
ランス戦闘準備
いや。逃がさない。
Bye bye. And another one.
俺が守る大地を割れ
うちがいるんだから負けないよ。殴ったね。
I should have switched the team, but whatever.
逃がさない。
Just taking Clara.
戦局は敗勢と同じ。一気に生産するね。命の重みを味わいなさい。平気よ。
この程度か貫け
うちの出番。ほら。ただのアプリでしょ。殴ったね。眠るといいわ。いや。
Ah,
この程度か
still not good enough to beat them all
逃
in
がさ
one
ない。
fell swoop. Annoying.
「見事な手術だったわね。
Again, wrong button. What? Oh, I've been attacked. Hold on. If that's the case, fine, as I said. I should have taken Clara. I was ambushed. Crap. How did it even work? Oh yeah, I forgot. Clara can do that.
アプリでしょ。逃がさない。
So you wanna fight now, do you? That's the lowest health.
動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。
Good
殴ったね。
choice.
逃
Ow.
がさない。考えても無駄。タイは待てば来る。いらない。怖くないんだから。
Misher Hasha. Yep, Clara is the better
皆さ
choice.
んのお役に立てたかな。
Oh, chest. This is a great shot, thank you so much. Okay, and the next one is where? Here. This is an almost done star skiff. Oh, I think I can see the shape of a star skiff. This is the nutritive phase. It's almost done incubating. Even though we haven't done a thing, there's still this spontaneous sense of pride. If I take pride in any of the work, then I can't just slack over feeling guilty. Don't you think so? Wait, where is he? Did we miss... crap. How did this happen? Just came to admire the Seijaku design, then help! We have to run around. Let's go, we gotta save him. Crap. まったく。
うちに出くわすなんてついてないね。うちがいるんだから負けないよ。
ターゲット危険指数低下。隠れろ。
殴ったね。逃がさない。
Beautiful. Stop being Wolverine, goddammit. I kill you, you should die.
戦闘準備。貫け。
うちってばなかなかやるじ
There's a shield.
ゃん。動かないでね。今祝福してあげるから。
Unimportant.
戦局は敗勢と同じ。
ターゲット危険指数低下。殲滅
One more
開始。
time. Mara's track is healed.
殴ったね。うちってばなかなかやるじゃん。ほら。
And he's back.
ただのアプリでしょ。
Shit.
逃がさない。考えても無駄。
ターゲット危険指数低下。
Rockets on. Cool. I saved him. Thank you for saving me. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't be able to fulfill my master's dream. Well, it's starting to seem like you're just using your master's dream as an excuse to wallow in self-pity. Oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I've been talking about my master's dream all day, but I'm quickly growing numb to the concept of this word, dream. At first I burst in tears whenever I thought of Master Ryan's face and my heart would skip a beat. But now Master Ryan's face is like a blur to me and my master's dream is like a thick old scar on my heart and each that I scratch every now and again so that I'll never forget his memory. Now I can't even tell if I really want to fulfill my master's dream or whether I'm just reminding myself over and over to not forget about him. I'm afraid that one day I'll feel Master Ryan and there won't be a stirring in my heart anymore. That'll mean to me that my master has truly left my life forever. How on earth could I ever hope to repay the time he has spent with me? I gotta do this when this dream of my master has not completely faded away in my mind. I have to finish it for him. Whoops. Ha! I've been taken to myself again. Let's go back to the incubator and all those Starscape, yeah. So I mentioned Starscape engines before. There's a circular cutaway on the tail, which is where the Jade wheel gets installed. That's a Starscape engine. It was just talking about it's an integrated Jade abacus that controls gravity and motion. The Meridian Pin in Stargazer Navalia also operates using similar tech principles. But lots of illegal modders will exploit this, installing military-grade Jade wheels onto civilian starships, and many have paid the price with their lives. After all, it's all illegal and highly dangerous. So do the incubators grow alongside the starships themselves? I don't think so, it's just a bigger incubator. So look at this, starship is almost ready. Yeah, help me snap a shot of this incubator here. Kind of like a spaceship, I would say. I think I've seen a similar design in Mass Effect. Anything else? Nope. Fully grown starships are extracted from the incubators and temporarily moored here following assembly. Before long they'll sail all over Xianzhou and become a part of the scenery around us. Starships really are a miracle of nature. The boldly sailed what no star has sailed before. So I can yeah, kind of like think like there are differences I'm gonna get, but again, like one I can repeat from him, which I've done a couple of times in this game so far, especially to Mitsuki's detriment. One does not simply sail without a starskiff. That's a Lord of the Rings reference. One does not simply walk into Mordor, right? And to boldly sail what no star has ever sailed before. That's a Star Trek reference. And yeah, I'm definitely going with the Lord of the Rings one. Because I prefer Lord of the Rings than Star Trek. Sue me. And the way they are automatically produced is so awesome. Why does the Divination Commission still need to work so hard for them? Any more photos, Shinji? Help me snap a pic together with this task. Thank you. I've actually been quite uneasy during the whole of our journey to Stargazer Navalia. Can I really design Starship? Can I really fulfill a master dream, or am I just looking for some kind of escape from reality? You're overthinking this. Yeah, when I first met you I could feel the heaviness of your burden. Please take it easy. Thank you, Miss Shinjaku. I'm not overthinking everything anymore. I just want to go back right away and help complete my master's manuscript. From that moment on, I've been constantly wondering, is there anything that can transcend the confines of time? A masterpiece of watching and the passing down of knowledge. So I guess that's going to be basically a design, so the passing down of knowledge, or just creating a design as I'm gonna go with this one. Makes sense. If you take on an apprentice and then that apprentice takes on their own apprentice when they translate time. It's actually a pretty good idea, but I haven't reached the level of being able to take on an apprentice yet. My master manuscript has never been published before. Once finished, I trust it will become a masterpiece that transcends the confines of time. My master put so much time and effort in teaching me on ignition and passion. He gave me all time, the most precious thing for a short-lived being, so I have to repay him in kind. I want to prove that the time he spent was not wasted, that his time spent will flow on through me, and that it will flow on through his surviving works. Just look, every day there are so many stars leaving Stargazer Navalia. One day I'll build my master's dream ship, push it out gently and set it sailing in the busiest lane of Starscape Heaven. When that day comes, I'll be real graduate. My master will approve of me, I'm sure of it. Well, time to walk the walk then. Don't worry, I'm filled with motivation. Now once I get back, I'll go all out. I'm feeling motivated. Virgil time again. Well then, how about you keep an eye on him? What? Suppose it's undone. Ah, fine. I think I feel motivation now. Once I get back, I'll go all out. I'm off then. Thanks again to both of you for all your help. Finally, that's resolved. Thank you so much. I'm exhausted, so I go back now. Talk to you later. Done. Done. Ah, Mataku. I'm not really okay. That's done. I still have the Herta space station, but I'm gonna do this after Sinners, Misled. Credence classified. Falsified. Where is that? Here? Here. I don't know.
まだ早いし、どこか行こうか。
Now what? He's calling me again. I'm trying to savor my master's plans by the rainbow. I feel like I'm overflowing with inspiration. I want to talk to someone about my ideas. Have you tried Seijaku? I want to talk to someone about my ideas. Seijaku about your inflation. I have. She said she's too busy and doesn't have time and asked me to find you. Of course she does. And should I just fall under the bus or not? I'm kind of busy too. Seijaku said that you're in Shenzhou as a tourist and must have plenty of free time. She also said that the secret I'm gonna kick her ass. She also said that the secret faction belongs to loves to help people. Why else would you help the general and save us at the Artisanship Commission? What did I do to offend Seijaku? Please, I'm beginning you. I'm beginning you, goddamn begging you. I really need someone to supervise me. I definitely pay you for it. Teacher and a friend interlude. Regardless.
いらっしゃいましたね。その足音。あなた様は今機嫌がいいのではないですか?
Not exactly. I'm forced to help a guy with a Starscape, but regardless. You can tell just by listening.
かかとが地面を擦る時の音で、私は人の歩き方や歩幅を識別できます。呼吸が体の健康状態を反映しているように、足音は人の力や気持ちを反映しているのです。
Okay, easy there, Daredevil. Don't show off your like amazing senses.
あなた様が入手された龍板公約を分析してみました。とりあえずの結論が出ましたので、これを新作譜まで届けていただけませんか?
Which one was that again? I don't remember. Tired. So what is the conclusion?
結論。結果から言いますと、龍板公約に対応する解毒剤があるとは考えられません。予測できる年月の範囲、つまり当面の間は解毒剤は現れないでしょう。
I mean, so far I gotta admit, like, this game, at least with its resolutions of the quests and tasks and etc., is a lot more grimmer and therefore I would say mature than what Genshin offered. Like, every quest that I done in Genshin so far has had an extremely happy ending. I mean, like, it had those couple of, like, sad endings to be put, but they were, like, actually, they were kind of, like, tear-jerking. But overall, they had, like, a hope put into it. But some of the quests that I actually have done is they actually end really depressing and really sad. So even though so yeah, I can actually remember for instance like which quests were those, but I can like yeah found like I mean yeah like for instance when I was dealing with the memory of that foolish guardian that was basically like. Yeah, I don't think like there would be like there was a quest like that somewhere alongside Genshin. Is that dark in my memory? Because she was being used by a certain person, and then she died, and then her freaking memory lived in the fragment and just be and was tortured by her decisions, stuff like that. So that was. I'm glad I could release her from that.
詳しい分析内容は文章にまとめておきましたので、もし興味があれば目を通してみてください。
I don't think I will be able to actually yawn.
こちらが龍番公約の役理に関する考察です。作市長様がお急ぎのようであれば、あなた様から渡していただけますでしょうか。
I still don't remember where I found it. Who gave it to me? No, I think I took it from the followers of abundance. I forget their names as well. A research report on the draconic scourge. Regardless, head to the seat of divine foresight and pass Dansha's report. Sure, whatever. Can I talk to her again? Because why not?
他に何かご用でも？新作府は役理について早く知りたがっているのではありませんか？
I just want to say goodbye. Not to be rude about it. Where are we going? Oh, okay. Technically I don't even have to teleport. Wait, was it through here? No. This one? Yeah, this one. Here we go again. Yawn. Come here, the seat of divine. I want to go inside the seat of divine foresight. Sure, go report. Oh, that took fast. Here I am again. Not alone, but. Why are you here?
あれ、いらっしゃい。何か相談したいことでもあるの？
So, the prescription from the disciples of Sanctus Medicus.
こんなに早く結果が出たの？あの端子たち、本当に優秀なんだね。
I get. What the? Where did that come from? This is Danshu who figured it out.
タンス？
タンス？
ちょっと待って。どうして探偵士の探視長が出張なんかしてるの？彼女は目が見えなくていろいろと大変だから、探偵士の同点を離れることはめったにないって聞いてたのに。彼女が力を貸してくれたから、こんなに早く役理の分析が終わったんだね。早速報告書を見させて。
She's extremely serious as she completes reading Tanshu.
毒剤がない。あいつら一体どこでこんなに難しい単法を手に入れたの？頭が痛くなってきた。
Good question.
でもこれも一つの手がかりになる。ありがとう。 このお礼を受け取って。
Thank you.
どういたしまして。ラフの選手のためにいろいろと手伝ってもらったからには、作市長としてお礼をするのは当然のことだもの。
Remember that. No problem. あら Have you some time? There is some issues with which I would like to your expertise. Can you drop by the Silverwood Pavilion for a spell? I'm coming over. At your earliest convenience will be best. Well, anyway. Thanks for
奇
working.
妙な処方箋に加えて探偵士の同点と連絡が絶たれた原因も不明。何か大変なことが起きてるのかも。
Kind of expecting them gonna be dealing with Stellar Run today, but I guess it probably won't be. I know it's just me playing this extremely casually, or is it just because this game takes a lot more time because it's a tactical based game?